Welcome back. The 2018 Hall of Fame ballot filled out by Mark Topkin of the Tampa Bay Times includes some former Rays, as you can see here. Fred McGriff, notable among them. I guess it's just one former Ray. Anyway, he's got Bonds and Clemens. He's got Vlad, Hoffman, Chipper, Messina, Sheffield, Thome, and Wagner. So he's good with the DH. He's good with the closers. But apparently there is somebody that's not represented here. And Steven Souza Jr., who plays for the Rays, took issue with that. You are hereby on probation, says Steven in a message addressed to the Tampa Bay Times, from interviews until my childhood hero, Edgar Martinez, is rightfully voted into the Hall of Fame. This may seem unprofessional and unfair, but I say to you, my, oh my.
He is a Mariner fan.
Awesome.
He's quoting
So
Dave
good.
Niehaus.
Yes, and Steven Souza Jr. joins us on Hot Stove. Hey, Steven, congratulations on crafting such a concise, well-formed message, and good morning to you. Thanks for coming on with us. Here's the pulpit, man. Make the case for your guy, Edgar Martinez.
Man, this is a whirlwind. I was just talking with my brother-in-law yesterday morning about how Tompkin didn't vote for Edgar, and now here I am campaigning for Edgar. So the only thing that I would say is he, at his time, was transcendent in the DH. I think that there weren't really many DHs that were established, and he basically paved the way for guys like Nelson Cruz and Edwin Encarnacion to come in and basically play that position day in and day out. And the tough thing about his case is he really didn't get going until he was 24. So, you look at, careers like Gary Sheffield's career and Bonds, they were up there early and they were playing every day right away. And so over the 17-year, really 14-year span that he played, his numbers were just gaudy.
So take me back to little young Steven Souza sitting there in Everett, Washington, watching the Mariners. Were you jumping up and down when Edgar would come to the plate? I mean, they were loaded. You had Griffey, you had Buhner, you had Edgar. All those teams were great. So talk to me about Steven Souza watching those Mariners.
Harold, don't sell yourself short now. When you were playing, I was watching you too, so you can throw yourself in there. Yeah, I can remember watching the '95, AL Division Series against the Yankees and being 6 years old at about, it was about 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night, and my parents would never let me stay up and watch that. But, for some reason, they let me stay up and watch this incredible game with the Yankees. And I can literally hear Dave Niehaus's call in the back of my mind. And every time I hear that call, I get goosebumps. And, he was just, it was like when he came to the plate, you knew that he was going to get a hit. It was incredible. I remember one year he hit 3 or 4 grand slams, and it felt like there was always runners on base when he was hitting. And, man, those guys were just so fun to watch. And I really do believe that, Griffey, Buhner, and, Cora, Johnson was on that team, A-Rod, and Edgar. I think those guys are really what propelled me to want to play baseball.
When I watch you hit and I watch your stance, you kind of hold your hands like Edgar. Did you kind of emulate him when you were a kid in the backyard?
I did. I got there was a Edgar batting glove night, and my mom has a picture. I wish we could show the picture. I might post it today, but I got Edgar batting glove, and from that moment, I tried to hit like him. I mean, it was just on. I would watch his video. I would study him, the way his hands moved, the way his bat was relaxed, and just whip everything I could to look like Edgar, because I figured if I could look like him, I could hit like him.
Steve, I think it's awesome that you're sharing with us the fact that you grew up a fan of a particular brand and player, because, you tell me if I'm wrong. It's my experience that not every major league player was a fan of Major League Baseball. As a kid, it was the game you liked to play, not necessarily take in as a consumer. Do a lot of your teammates have that same kind of fanboy in them that you do?
Oh, yeah. I think if you go around and ask the guys, I think everybody has somebody that they watched growing up and they really just gravitated towards. You definitely have guys that just love playing it, and they have no idea who played when they were growing up. But I think more often than not, there was a guy, a particular person that somebody watched and really gravitated towards.
So coming out of the Northwest up there, and, I grew up in the Northwest myself, and a lot of rain, a lot of indoor workouts. How was your course to get to pro baseball? What did you do as a kid? And if you had a bunch of youngsters watching right now, how would you advise them to go about getting themselves ready?
It's really different up here, to be honest with you. I mean, it's 7 in the morning. It's pitch black out here until about 8 o'clock. It gets dark at about 5 o'clock. So you got to be a little bit, you got to want it a little bit and try and make sacrifices to do things. I mean, you have to figure out a way to go find some indoor facility where you can run, you can throw, you can hit, and do different things. I think there's some great players up here that do a good job of that, and I think that the more that you sacrifice up here to want to be great in the Northwest, the more opportunity there is.
All right, so from one Northwest kid to the other, I remember in high school pouring gasoline on the field and raking the field to get it dry. You got to give me some story that you guys did to try to get out there and play your high school game when it was pouring down rain.
Huh?
Yeah,
I know that seems pretty dangerous. We're not advocating the use of petrol fuel as Harold did to get out there and play baseball, kids.
We did.
I think that's a health code violation now, Harold.
Well, that was a ways back. So you tell me, what did you guys try to do to get on the wet field and play?
You know what? We kind of just got used to mud. I remember, I played a game in high school in Oak Harbor, and it's on an island out here. And it was literally like sideways rain. I mean, it was ridiculous. There's puddles on the field, and I'm playing shortstop, and somebody hits a ground ball to me, and the ball hits the puddle and just stops. And nobody bothers. I just pick up the ball and throw it to first, and we keep playing. I mean, that's just kind of how it is up here. It's like you're not going to play without some rain or some form of puddle up here. And I think it builds character a little bit.
So you're back home in the Northwest right now. So you'll be sitting there when Edgar gets announced, hopefully later today?
I will. I was thinking about throwing a giant party at Safeco Field if anybody wanted to come, but they wouldn't let me in.
Hey, we got this image off your Instagram account, Steven. In fact, I think somebody hacked into your cloud to get this. There you are, rocking the Harold Adios shirt, flexing his multilingual skills. I guess that's a UW game or something. Hey, man, thank you for the time today. Great job by you making the case for Edgar, and we look forward to visiting with you again when camp's open in about a month.
Yeah, guys, always a pleasure.
Steven Souza Jr. joining us to talk Edgar on this Hall of Fame day.